Hi, I'm Laura Bartow, and welcome to Studio One Stampers. Today I want to share with you the fourth project in my series of 12 Weeks of Christmas. This card is called Snow Flurry, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful, whimsical snowflake card. I want to show you how it was inspired. First of all, I started with the Flurry of Wishes stamp set, along with the coordinating Snow Flurry punch, and to complete it all, a fabulous dose of silver glimmer paper. So, let's get started. Well, here is the beautiful Snow Flurry card. Lots of shiny parts, lots of fun snowflakes. Let me show you how to get this card going. All right, the first thing we need is some Bermuda Bay cardstock, and that's the standard card base, 5.5 by 8.5 folded in half, and a 4 by 5.25 sheet of white. The first thing we're going to do is get our greeting stamped. We're going to use Bermuda Bay ink and the greeting at the bottom. It's very important to make certain that this greeting gets very, very low on the paper because there's not a lot of space. So we're going to position that right there. There we go. I'm going to set that piece aside, and I'm going to show you how to get the snowflakes ready. The first thing we need to do is some heat embossing. So I've got two pieces here, one for the large snowflake and one for the two snowflakes. The best ink to use for this is Versamark. So I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to ink up my Versamark onto my large snowflake. And I do want to center that right in the middle of this square. And this square is 3.25 by 3.25. And so I'll stamp that really well. And I love how I can see exactly through my stamps. I'm sure you can't even see that stamping on there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is stamp these two snowflakes. All right, now it's time to bring in some white embossing powder. So I'm going to cover these each with white embossing powder. Just lots of embossing powder. It's great because you can always reuse it. So let's get that one covered. Let's get this one covered. Tap it off. There we go. And hopefully you can see that there's a great image on there. By the magic of heat embossing, we're going to heat this up till it turns shiny. And then once that's done, I'll show you what that looks like. All right, here are the pieces that have been heat embossed with white embossing powder. Now, what's really fun is it's time to use the brayer. I'm going to bring in a scratch sheet here, and I'm just going to show you a really, really fun technique with the brayer. Again, I'm using my Bermuda Bay ink. When you're inking your brayer, you need to go in one direction, otherwise you won't get the whole thing inked. And I've got lots of nice ink on there. But the first thing I'm going to do is take the ink off. So here I've taken the ink off. Now I'm going to go and ink my piece in a couple of different directions, trying to get some different lines in there. I'm going to do it again, ink it off, and start in a different direction, just trying to get some different things going on. And you can see I've got some lines. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some lights and darks. I'm going to go ahead and do the other little piece again, taking it off and going on here. Now this one, I really will be punching out, so I really don't have to emphasize the lines on this one. There we go. And the next thing I want to do is grab a tissue and just do a little bit of cleaning up here so I get that really white. So there we go. I've got that white embossing powder really popping there. All right, so I've got those pieces. The next thing I need to do is take my punch, and this is the Snow Flurry punch, and you can see it has the matching two designs. I'm going to stick that in there from the back, and it's so easy to match it up just perfectly. Punch it out, and I've got my two gorgeous little snowflakes. You can see them there. All right, now it's time to put our card together. So let me bring back my card base. There we go. I've got my stamp that's already on there. I'm going to bring in a square, and this is 3.5 by 3.5 of glimmer paper. I'm going to put this piece in the middle. I've also already punched out two stars with that same punch, and I'm going to pop them up with dimensionals. That will go in the center, offsetting that a little bit. I'm going to add these guys over here with a little bit of a dimensional, popping that up as well. And then just as a little finishing project, I want to add in a couple of rhinestones in the center. So you can see there's my card, and let me bring back again what the finished card looks like. Isn't that just spectacular?